Rookburgh is the newest themed area at Phantasialand in Germany, and this is an absolutely unbelievable land that sets the bar so high for theme parks all across the world. I can truly say there is nothing else like it. It opened towards the end of 2020 after being under construction for several years. It's home to their signature roller coaster, F.L.Y, or F.L.Y, a ride that I've already posted a full review of, so if you're interested in hearing about that ride experience, go and check out that separate video. I'm going to try and discuss everything else in Rookburgh besides the roller coaster in this video. Because while F.L.Y is in Rookburgh and it's the dominant thing that makes up this land, there is a surprising amount packed into this area. This includes a hotel, 2 different places to get food, a candy store, and crazy theming as far as the eye can see. When you step into Rookburgh, you are in a whole new world. That's because the way this land has been designed is that there are these big towering walls that completely surround you, and so you can't see anything else when you're actually in the land. They partially do that because Phantasialand is located next to some neighborhoods, and so the walls are there to actually act as sound barriers. But what they've done is elaborately theme them so you wouldn't even know. It's pretty unreal. I was beyond excited to visit this area. I remember going to Phantasialand for my first time in 2018 and seeing that they were building a Vekoma flying coaster back there. You could see that something was going on, but then actually being able to step into it, I mean, you're just wowed the moment you walk into Rookburgh. So let's talk about what makes this area so strong. First things first, when you're actually going to enter the land, the pathway you're going to take is located right next to the main entrance, and it's completely covered. As of right now, this is the only way in and out of the area. I was told there was a planned second entrance towards the backside that would drop you off in Woostown. We'll see if that ends up happening at some point. But if you've experienced something like Diagon Alley at Universal Studios Florida, this has a very similar effect where you're walking in, you can't see anything yet, you're just surrounded by brick walls. There's some posters up advertising flight, different instruments, various things that would exist in the steampunk era. There's kind of an old-timey car, and then a big mosaic saying, "Welcome to Rookburgh," and then that's when the whole land opens up in front of you. It's very much one of those moments when you stop in your tracks, do a 360 turn with your mouth hanging wide open. It is awe-inspiring. And let me just say, the area is not that big, at least in terms of actual land. There's only a couple pathways that you can take. What they've done to pack everything in is kind of build up everything in layers, and that especially goes for the hotel. So immediately to the left of your entrance, you'll see the sign for Hotel Charles Lindbergh. This is one of the big advertising selling points with this area, is that you could actually stay in the theme park land in essentially a pod. These are 2-person cabins that surround the one side of Rookburgh. There's multiple levels, and so if you stayed here, you'd literally step foot outside of your room and there's F.L.Y right in front of you. There really is nothing else like it. I did not personally get the chance to stay at Rookburgh, however I did get a full exclusive tour of the hotel, which is how we're able to show you what some of these experiences make up. So first, when you stay at Hotel Charles Lindbergh, you get guaranteed 2 days entrance into Phantasialand, as well as quick passes for F.L.Y. This is the only way that you can skip the line for that roller coaster. When you check in, you walk along this long, narrow pathway where you'll see all these suitcases and bags on this delivery service and this very modern and classy check-in experience. Everything kind of centers around flight. And this is one of the only indoor areas of the hotel. Most of this hotel is actually outdoors because all the different pathways that you would take to get to your room are kind of within the land itself. So in no way does Hotel Charles Lindbergh feel like a traditional hotel. This makes this kind of a novelty experience. And that's half the reason why they charge so much for it. Staying at Hotel Charles Lindbergh is not cheap, but I am impressed at how much you get with it because it does include admission into the park. Another one of those benefits is a full 3-course meal at their main restaurant, which is Uhrwerk. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. You get dinner and breakfast there. I had the opportunity to eat at this restaurant and it was incredible. I tried some of their pasta as well as what they call the Captain Burger, and it was absolutely massive. It was basically like a full steak on a bun. So delicious. And this is a restaurant you can eat at even if you don't stay in the hotel. But because it is kind of pricey, the fact that you get a full 3-course meal included there is awesome. And then when you stay there, you also get access to their bar, which is called 1919. It's this really cool looking pub. Tons of drinks. There's a pool table, outdoor seating where you can just watch the roller coaster go around. You'll see a bunch of these model planes kind of hanging from the ceiling. And here's a little fun fact about that bar. As I mentioned earlier, Rookburgh is built up in layers. The fact that they fit in so much into this land is outstanding. That means that they had to get pretty creative in the construction process, especially when it comes to F.L.Y. The roller coaster's station is underground, as well as the maintenance bay. What happens if one of the ride vehicles needs to get serviced and they need to actually take it out of there? The maintenance bay is located directly underneath the bar. If they want to remove a ride vehicle, they would have to move the pool table to the side, open up the floor, and then lift the ride vehicles out by crane. It's an insane design. So if you happen to stay at this hotel and you find yourself playing pool, think about what's directly underneath of there. It's wild. One of the last big benefits to staying at Hotel Charles Lindbergh is that you get to walk around Rookburgh at night. Because as I mentioned earlier, I did not stay at this hotel. I did not get the opportunity to do that. But understand this is not exclusive ride time. Like F.L.Y is not operational after the park closes, but because of where the hotel is, you can get a bunch of cool pictures in the area well after all of the other guests have gone. That would be a pretty cool experience. So I'll kind of move on from the hotel. Besides the main restaurant Uhrwerk, there is another place you can get food. It's a sandwich stand. This name is in German. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce it because I'm definitely going to get it wrong, but it does translate to the coal chipper. We tried a sandwich from there at one point and it was very good. They had a lot of really cool options. That's located right at the exit for F.L.Y. And then there's also a candy store. And actually, this was the only thing in Rookburgh that we didn't get the chance to check out. But as you were walking by it, you could smell it and everything in there smelled amazing. But I think to wrap things up, Rookburgh had a vibe like something I'd never experienced before. Everything felt very grand, but also very intimate. There was so much to just walk around and look at because of how immersive and how much detail was put into every corner of Rookburgh. Not an inch went untouched. Even the bathrooms were amazing. Over the 2 days that I spent at Phantasialand, every time I walked back into Rookburgh, it felt like I was seeing something new that I'd missed the time before. And I think that's what made it so strong, is that Rookburgh is so much more than just F.L.Y. Everything about this area was a discovery experience. So I absolutely would put it up there as one of the best theme park lands of all time. The only other ones that I think really compete are Galaxy's Edge, Pandora, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Diagon Alley, and the Mysterious Island at Tokyo Disney Sea. So this is 100% something that you should go and check out when you get the chance. And there's so much more to see at Phantasialand besides Rookburgh. That's what makes this park so incredible. This is an entire review just for one area. And I actually have a full separate review of the park that I posted a couple years ago on this channel. So if you're interested in learning about some of the other areas, be sure to go check that out. But I love this area so much. What they did here is unbelievable. It'll be hard for Phantasialand to top themselves, but considering all the amazing things they've done at this park, I of course am excited for whatever they'll do next. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios, and I'll see you next time.